ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa says the party is indeed renewing itself. He's not the first ANC leader to say that. He's been delivering the closing remarks at the ANC's meeting on a review of the 2019 manifesto in Ekurhuleni this afternoon. The party has come under the spotlight recently amid claims from within and the outside that it's not doing enough to change course.
The results that we have gleaned from all this is that indeed the ANC is renewing itself. They like it or not like it, we are renewing ourselves. And that is what is important. And when they say, oh, the ANC is on its knees, oh, the ANC is finished, it's because they don't know which mirror we are looking at ourselves through. Their own mirrors are showing them horror pictures. Now we are looking at ourselves through our mirror, and we are not smashing the mirror. We are appreciating what the mirror is showing us. This review process, comrades, confirms that the ANC indeed is deeply committed to ensuring that we defend the gains that we have made, we advance the areas where we've been weak, and today, as we do this wrap-up, we are emboldened by the process that we've been through, and we do believe that we are on the right track.
Let's get you more on that story. Bring in our reporter, Juniour Khumalo, who's live for us in Ekurhuleni, and the president using the word defend there, Junior, and he didn't defend the ANC. He says the media has been unfair to it.
Indeed, Tembegile, the president was very emboldened today. If you compare his address today and the address when he was launching this manifesto review on the first weekend of September, it's a very different demeanor that the president brought to the stage. In September, the president sounded more like a defeated individual when he spoke about the challenges that his administration had faced. The party launched its manifesto in 2019, and he had indicated that in that period between 2019 and now, there had been a lot of challenges for the COVID-19 pandemic, the July unrest, the floods in KZN and other parts of the provinces, as well as the war in Ukraine, as well as in Russia. That had affected the economic growth as well as the creation of employment by the party. We know that in 2019, unemployment stood at about 25%, and right now it stands at about 31%. Despite this, the president said in this 3-month period where the party has been engaging South Africans, he had lent a lot of positive messages from South Africans who had indicated that the party has actually done a lot. He spoke about how in the 30 years that the party has been in power, they had managed to bring about 90%, 92%, I think he said, connectivity of electricity to South Africans. We know that there is a load shedding challenge, but he said that compared to other countries, especially in Africa, South Africa was doing well in terms of connectivity, in terms of connecting South Africans with electricity as well as water supply to South Africans. But he, however, didn't speak about the term itself from 2019 to 2023. He tended to avoid speaking about this. The only thing that he spoke about was his administration has been able to basically re-employ South Africans who had lost most of their jobs after the COVID-19 pandemic. So there has been actually some improvement in that. And also he was very emboldened when he spoke about the concerns that his predecessor, former President Jacob Zuma, will be announcing his political future tomorrow. Ramaphosa said the former president has been making a lot of pronouncements, and this is no different. It's going to just be another pronouncement. So it was a very emboldened address, and he also engaged with the media after that, Tembegile.
He also took a bit of a swipe, didn't he, though subtle, at some of the polling that has suggested that the ANC will show or will see its worst electoral performance in 2024.
Indeed, he said there is actually now a new industry that is coming up that is basically that thrives in these negative pollings against the ANC. He said his only worry is South Africans and what they are saying. Hence the reason why the party had gone out there and spoken to a lot of South Africans in its manifesto review. He said this opportunity was not only to just give feedback to South Africans on what the ANC had achieved under his administration, but it was also to listen to South Africans so that the next administration that is going to come in after the elections next year is going to know what to do, and it's going to propose basically a manifesto that is that would be achievable. Those were the words that he used, Thembekile.
And lastly, Junior, on the very public spat between the ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula and the resigned, now back in the fold, veteran Mavuso Msimang, the President pleased that that's now been settled, it appears at least?
Indeed, he sounded very pleased that this matter was now put to bed. He said Mbalula actually had the right to raise concerns about veterans going out in public and criticizing the ANC. We know that when this administration took over office, the one agreement amongst the NEC members was that there's going to be one voice that is going to be sent out to the public, and this is going to be done by the office of the spokesperson, Mahlengi Bengu. And he said that the ANC cannot appreciate having every member basically expressing their dissatisfaction in public. So if the veterans had a problem, according to him, they are supposed to speak to the party officials or to engage the leadership of the ANC and then try and settle these internally, because this does not work in the ANC's favor, in particular with the party going into next year's elections. So he was actually very pleased that the Mavuso Msimang situation had been resolved, but there are many other individuals that keep leaving the ANC. We know that Roger Jardine, who was a former government DG as well as an ANC member, has actually formed his own party, and there's still some displeasure amongst others, including the former President Jacob Zuma himself, who's going to be making an announcement tomorrow, Thembekile.
Juniour Khumalo, thank you very much for that.